Hey guys, Rinji here. Once again, bringing you the worst out of the VTuber community. And if you're like me, if you've been around the block for many years and engaged in all kinds of social media discourses, especially ones surrounding contentious content like lolicons and lollies in general, then you've probably seen all kinds of arguments, and those arguments get repeated ad nauseum throughout the years. But even I have not seen an argument like this. As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, this is going to be about that, but also about a specific person this individual is trying to harass for having a neutral stance about lollies and lolicons. They don't even like it, but you know, it still warrants a post. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. This person, this Trunks artist, decided to make the following statement. Like, all that corny ass lolicon S is for white and words. It's not coming into the black, probably not black community. That's for sure. Like, where do I even begin with this one? For one, I didn't know that what you like in fictional content is dependent on your race, on your skin color. And considering what kind of opinion this person has about lolicon stuff in general, this whole statement is incredibly racist. Like, I don't say that very often, but this is actually discriminatory to an nth degree. And it just baffles the mind. Like, just let me give you an example. Like, there's people that come to my account, and there's actual VTubers that are black. There are also lolicons. Like, how do you make this argument that something stemming out of Japan, mind you, a non-white country, of course, is supposedly for white people? I do not understand this line of thinking. It's completely misguided and just completely wrong at the same time. And then this person continues, because this is not where the dumb ends. This is just the beginning of it. So let's continue. The way y'all left literal lolicons and shotacons run rampant in this community is effing wild to me. Get all those MFs out of here now. I'm literally gonna start name dropping. I'm putting together info on one person specifically right now. You're very brave for doing that, but you know, as a lot of people keep repeating, the VTuber community is built by lolicons. Some of the biggest names in VTubing, especially on the Japanese side of things, are either lolicons or shotacons. It's integral part of it. Part of the more culture when it comes to that sort of stuff is an integral part of it. It's not something you can get rid of. You aren't being invaded by these people. You are the invader here, and wanting to get them out of it is just completely impossible. And you know, instead of going after a small person like you're doing right now, like a very small account, why don't you start off with someone bigger? Let's say Gagura or Matsuri from Hololive. Why won't you do that? Like, see how that works out for you, buddy. But let's continue. And this is the call out about a person that has a neutral stance about lolly at the same time. And again, this still kind of warrants a call out. About Freddy Bambi, he has continually decided to defend and support Lolicon, and it needs to stop. We need to stop letting these people roam free in this community. There's no excuse for this type of behavior. Content warning: lolly show weird behavior towards childlike beings. R-word mention. And here's them showcasing their account, because you know, a proper call out about a person always needs those. I don't do posts like this ever, so bear with me. Here's proof of Bambi supporting Lolicon and P-wording behavior. I'm neutral on Lolly Show being a major tell here. The fact you're neutral on this, it is insane. As we know, Lolicon and Shotacon are used interchangeably with P-word in Japan. No, it's not. There's a specific word when it comes to crimes against minors of a sexual nature in Japanese law. they don't use Lolicon or Shotakon for that, and saying that it's interchangeable is equivalent to googling that and getting the first result thinking it's true. Completely false and spreading misinformation. The origin of the term loli or lolita stems from a book talking about a grown man preying on an underage girl. Its origin is irrelevant to what it actually is. Or do you want to apply this logic to all words, saying that different types of communities cannot use these words in different fashions with different meanings? Where it stems from is completely irrelevant. But let's continue on this argument. So here's Bambi with that opinion, because you need to understand that they're getting called out for a neutral opinion once more. I don't know why pixel heroes are mad. I'm defending my friend and made more friends like her when they are legit cause of my switch around. This is pretty normal, because the people that are usually against anti-loli show are harassers themselves, and a lot of them turn out to be actual predators in the long run. So the more I see someone virtue signal about hating this particular type of fiction, the more concerned I get if they are not someone, you know, being a weird abuser behind the scenes. Let's continue reading Bambi's statement. It was them who harassed me and forced labels down my throat and assumed S about me, which in turn made me do more research, which in turn made me make new friends and mutuals, which in turn helped me find a place I belong in and won't feel ignored like in majority of them did to me. So obviously the idiotic harassment made me switch teams. Good job, Pixel Heroes. This is a story that's repeated so many times with a lot of people that used to be antis or used to be neutral, and then they get harassed for just being neutral. What do you think that they're gonna gravitate towards? People that actually treat them right, or the people constantly getting on their case? Well, that's, you know, kind of makes your noggin going. Let's continue. I'm neutral on Loli Show, by the way, so get your assumptions out of your A and flush them. I'm attracted to and wanna F big buff men. People need to understand the liking / finding something cute is not always equal to attraction and sexual desire. People tend to enjoy Loli Show because of moe culture, which is paired with it, and let's be honest, small and cute people are small and cute. If people are uncomfortable, this is totally fine and understandable. Just please learn to use block button and don't worry about in real life things, not cartoons. It helps with the mind. And this person is absolutely right. Lolicon, Shotakon doesn't need to be of sexual nature, but it's assumed to be by a lot of Westerners that do not know what parts of more culture actually are, and that Lolicon is a huge part of it. So they wouldn't know that. Let's continue. And then this Trunks person continues. Don't sit there and act like liking and finding things cute is comparable to sexualizing kids. As much as you want to delude yourself into thinking it, Moe and Lolicon are the same. No, they are. You're a 19-year-old. How much would you know about this? You really, considering your other opinions, I don't think anyone needs to take what you say seriously, and it's especially not a very informed opinion. Liking cute things doesn't immediately make you want to sexualize a child. The problem is that they do see children in these cartoons, and that's the stem of this whole thing. Finding something cute does not always equal to attraction or sexual desire. Correct, but in this case it almost always does. Loli Show spaces are flooded in the brim with creeps who enjoy looking at childlike individuals in sexually compromising positions. So, childlike individuals, what would those be? I mean, a childlike individual isn't a child, is it? It's an adult. So if it's an adult, let's say a real person, we're not talking about cartoons here, if they have a body that's underdeveloped, does it mean that you're a abuser? You're the P word because you're attracted to a person that has these features, even though they're adult? They really don't understand this whole age thing and why the age of consent is a thing. Why people with undeveloped brains and undeveloped bodies get taken advantage of, and why actual P words go after children. They will never understand that. They think it's a bodily attraction primarily. Oh, you people, you will never learn. Again, considering also there's this flag in their description, their bio, not doing yourself any favors with you know, supporting this particular cause. Just makes you look unhinged. And whenever I see that flag nowadays with the current new political thing, it's always not someone with very good opinions. But that's a tangent. Just need to know what to look out for. But let's continue. Here's Bambi explains how he's not Lolisho and how he finds Lolisho to be non-sexual. And there's the Bambi's further clarification. Hi everyone, I want to make another clarification because apparently there are groups of people who are telling my friends, mutuals and artists I commission that I'm a Lolishokon. I want to clear things up because I want everyone to understand me and where I'm coming from. But this will be the last time I explain this because I dislike conflict and I heavily can handle controversy. So I avoid it as much as possible. So please read this tweet if you're having any assumptions about me. To start, I'm not attracted to Lolisho characters / people because I'm attracted to big buffness and tallness. My attractions when it comes to body types is the opposite of Lolisho. Small cute things are small and cute, but to me, I'm not attracted to them because that is my preference. 2. I'm neutral on the Lolisho discourse because my focus is on my own family, because I have kids in my family I want to protect from people on the internet in real life. I also find Lolisho a non-sexual thing because I'd rather keep it wholesome and safe for work for my own comfortable zones. And then there's more. Here I'd like to show you the meaning of Lolicon, Shoda and Loli. Lolisho is centered on the attraction, typically underage looking boys and girls. That is what Lolisho is. Saying you view it as non-sexual is your own desperate attempt of saving your skin. Once again, not understanding what it is. Having your first Google results as that is impressive, to say the least. These people never try to understand the issues they talk about. They just want outrage. Continuing on. If Lolisho is so fine and so okay to be Bambi, why don't you ever refer to yourself as a Lolisho? Because they aren't. That's why. Maybe because Lolicon and or Shorakon is interchangeable with P word in Japan. Maybe because you know the type of people those terms attract. Lastly, I'd like to touch on the fact that the friend of yours so willing to back was Honey Yum Yum, another vile person who was suspended for sexualizing minors. No, they weren't. They were just a cute lolly VTuber that like did one lewd gesture and then had drawings which weren't even not safe for work. They were likely got suspended due to mass reporting because there has been a wave of that lately in the last few days. The same VTuber who played with the R-word whistle and made a sexual motion with their model. How terrible. It doesn't matter that there's a song out there that uses that whistle that has tens of millions of views right now. Sure, it's all very terrible, and people that enjoy this stuff are terrible. Not the people hiding in your communities, no siree. Let's continue. TLDR. Bambi actively refuses to acknowledge the fact that community he is in and advocates for supports and glorifies the sexualization of children. No, it does not. We as a community have to stop turning a blind eye to this type of gross behavior. I apologize for any typos. When me and some friends soft blocked him because he flipped sides on this stuff, he made a billion posts about how it broke his boundaries. Well, of course it did, considering what you're doing right now. That we did that, and of course not saying what exactly happened in those posts or why friends were cutting him off. LMFAO. I hate to add to this, but an anonymous person has shared that someone has been posting Bambi's model on streams on 4chan, censored for whatever reason. I would like to say that this is not me accusing Bambi of posting on the site, but it just goes to show what type of people you're attracting. It's funny that because all kinds of VTubers get posted on 4chan, so this is a weird argument to blame them by association of someone else doing something to them, despite them. I mean, once you make one illogical argument, like at the beginning of this video, you make more. So yeah, I wouldn't bet too much on this person having smarts to understand what they're saying is completely fallacious here. But yeah, these are the types of antis that you can encounter on Twitter. This is the only place that they can do that stuff because they feel like they have some sort of power when their dumb buddies that are equally terminally online agree with them, and that they can mass report someone for fiction they don't like. But yeah, once again, this is not an argument that I have seen before, that Lolicon is for white people. I don't know how this person came to this conclusion, but you know, lack of education, misinformation, well, those things are strong in there. But for right now, that's everything. Hope to see you on the next one.